Hi everyone and welcome to another video from Motorsport Mad. My name's Oliver and today I'm going to go through my ultimate racetrack. I've seen other videos like this before, which was the inspiration. They were mainly focusing on Formula One cars. Mine's just, I suppose, for any sort of motorsport car. It doesn't have to be Formula One, and obviously it is made up of other racetracks. They're not all FIA grade one tracks. If people want me to do that in the future, I can, and also some of the corners have been reversed to fit into the track. Again, if there's interest, I'm happy to do one which is completely in clockwise direction, completely anti-clockwise, however people want me to do. And obviously I've also assumed to make them the same width because some of them aren't necessarily the same width. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and obviously subscribe, because I am going to do other content like this. I have got other videos commenting such as is Hamilton the greatest race car driver of all time. I've got other fantasy track ones. I've got some rants and ramblings I can do. I've got a video on why IndyCar is better than Formula One. So if you want any information like that, anything like that, feel free to give me a like and a subscribe. And anyway, on with the track. So I'm going to start off by going through all the parts of the tracks that I considered and then which part of them I was going to use. So for this one, I wanted to start off with China, or the Shanghai circuit that the Formula One cars go to, and the section I wanted to focus on here was turns 1, 2 and 3. I think it's a perfect way to start the racetrack. You can go on the inside or the outside of both corners. If you're on the outside, if you hang around the outside for turn 1, you end up being on and turn 2, you end up being on the inside for turn 3 and turn 4. Consequently, if you're on the inside, you could have to try to fight your way on that. So it's a great opportunity, great chance to run side by side. Then we've got the Bathurst skyline to Forest Elbow. So for those who don't know, Bathurst or Mount Panorama is in Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia, which obviously I'm not from there, but I'm from Australia. So it's obviously, and there's a classic race there every year. So I knew I had to include some of that track on the circuit. I mean, you could have really included most of the circuit. The circuit itself is pretty classic. The Chase obviously was a more recent addition. But I wanted to pick the part from McPhillamy Park all the way down through the forest. So obviously, you're just sort of slightly going down the hill. It's very undulating, very tricky. You normally have to brake in 3 different spots. Instead, real technical things surrounded completely by walls. You make one mistake, you're pretty much out of the race. Then I couldn't go past Surface Paradise, so we've got Surface Paradise turns 10 to 6, because obviously you'll see later the direction we're running the track. So this is a permanent race course in Surface Paradise, Australia. And once again, the V8s have gone there, the IndyCars used to go there, and it's just a great section of track. You go along here really fast, and then you shoot through these really fast chicanes. And it's just a technical thing, a very hard to fall, a great opportunity to overtake and to follow someone. Now we're on to Lagoon, Long Beach, California. There was a couple of sections I thought about taking here. You could have taken the fountain down here, or you could have taken the start-finish straight, but the bit I went for here was the hairpin. It's an iconic hairpin, and it's a great overtaking opportunity. And now we're over to Brazil for the Interlagos circuit. Interlagos actually means between two lakes in Portuguese. That's the useless fact for today. And I thought about some of the tracks here. I thought about Zhongzhou all the way up, because I love the way that you come through there and then you just flat it all the way up the hill. But the section I chose was Curva 1, the Estos Centers and the Curva del Sol. It's a tricky section downhill, very hard to make a mistake, and it's a beautiful, beautiful run. Then we've got a Suzuka. Obviously, there's a lot of sections you could pick in Suzuka. A lot of people pick this section here with the S's. Although that's good, and the Degnas, I actually think the best part of the tracks is 130, a fast-flowing section, which you can take flat out in a lot of cars, or you have to slightly lift off in a lot of cars. And just will be a great track, great thing to drive. Same with at Road America. I chose the kink, but you could have really taken this whole section from turn 9 through the carousel, through the kink, all the way down to Canada Corner, but I didn't have the space, so I just went for the kink. Then we're on to Monza in Italy. So I've gone for the Parabolica. Now, obviously, with the track we're doing, because we're going anti-clockwise, we are going to be doing it backwards, which is going to be a bit of an unusual feel to it. but I still think it's a good section. If this section of the track still existed, I'd be tempted to actually take part of this banked oval area. Once so Spa, obviously every dream track has to include Spa. I thought about including Blanchimont because it's a great corner into the chicane. I actually thought about including that whole section all the way through the source, but the section I settled on was Eau Rouge through Radion and up the Camel Straight. And then Monaco is actually my favourite racetrack. If everyone's interested and I get enough comments in the comment section, I'll actually do a video and explain why it's my favourite racetrack. It's a bit of an unusual one, and I don't really have time to do it here, but yeah, it is my favourite probably racetrack ever. So the section I picked from here was the casino section through that hairpin. I mean, the fact that it's the only corner in Formula One where you have to take your hand off the steering wheel to turn it. As I said, it is a potential overtaking opportunity. Other sections I thought about was the tunnel and obviously the swimming pool. And then at Laguna Seca, I was mainly interested in the corkscrew, which I think is a very underrated sort of section of track. The fact that you come up this hill and it's this blind corner that falls away is really entertaining to drive. We have got some honourable mentions here, which I won't go into that long, but you can see there's bits like Le Mans. There's the inner and outer loop at Daytona, and there's some other sections like that which I just didn't manage to fit in. Okay, so without further ado, here is the ultimate track. Now you have to try to visualize it, that this is the top of the mountain here, or the top of the hill, and this is the bottom of the hill here, and that you're basically going this way, and as you go up here, you're going up the hill. This is sort of across the hill, and then this is sort of down the hill. So the highest point would probably be about here-ish, and then the lowest point's going to be sort of along here and here. The pits will actually be in here, and I visualized the start-finish straight would be here. So I visualized you'd start here, and then obviously you'd get great wheel-to-wheel action going into the Parabolica. You come out of that, then you have this fast-flowing section up through Eau Rouge, up into the Camel Straight. Take a hard right, and then you got probably your first two opportunities to overtake will be here, and then into the hairpin, the Monaco hairpin, and then you go along here and through the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. That is probably going to be only one person, although Alex Zanardi a long time ago in the IndyCar proved that you can overtake through there. Then you go into this section, and this is the China 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, just going through it backwards, but once again, you can still got a chance to hang on the outside and get the inside for that section to do an overtake. Then through the technical section of Bathurst, Skyline, S's, and the dipper into Forest Elbow being a potential overtaking spot. And then down the mountains, I could just imagine you come down here and you're slightly going downhill, and then you're trying to flick quickly through the S's. And then all of a sudden, sort of halfway down the mountain or halfway down the hill, you take a sharp left into the right for Long Beach for another opportunity to overtake. And then through the Curva 1, the S del Center, and the Curva del Sol, and then you're racing through here as quickly as you can. And then you're going to be flat out through 130R into the kink and back into the Parabolica. So I think it's got a good blend of fast sections here that's going to be fast and flowing, technical sections like here, and obviously some overtaking opportunities here, and here. Anyway, guys, that's my proposed racetrack based on obviously other circuits. If there is interest, as I said before, in doing one with only Formula One circuits or only clockwise circuits and things like that, I'm more than happy to do them. It was actually a lot of fun to do this. And anyway, if anyone's got any comments, please feel free to leave a comment below and a like, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.